Thank you, Tom. Thanks for coming out today. Excited about getting back home, playing FIU. Florida International is a hot team. They're 2-0 in the league play. They're going to come in here with, they got a lot of good players, and we're going to have to really prepare hard this week. We're on a short week because we played Sunday, so this is going to be a tough challenge for us this week. They beat us up pretty good down there last year, and they got a lot of those guys back. The quarterback, their tight ends as good as we'll play against. Smith, he's a really fine football player, and then defensively everything starts with Wynton Williams in the middle. Those two linebackers are really, really active players. They're playing at a high level right now and won a big game on the road in the league. So we need to have a great week of preparation and get back in front of our home crowd and have a good week this week. Wasn't sure. The guys in the box and the kids felt like he was out, but your concern is the ruling on the field. Was there enough evidence to overturn it? Because we've all seen a lot of those plays. Hey, we didn't have enough video evidence to overturn it. So that was the concern. Based on the kids and the guys in the box, I felt okay, but until they tell you, you never really know. And so tried not to get too low or too high in that moment. Just nice to win, Bill. No matter, obviously we every time we go out there, we want to win. And it was good to get a league win on the road. Unusual circumstances, had to play on Sunday. I thought our guys handled the week extremely well, handled the change. But it's we got another game, and it's a win, and that's what we try to do. But the great thing about football is it doesn't give you very long to celebrate or sit around in defeat. You got to get on to the next one, and that's what we got to do this week.
Apparently, yeah, kind of, but in a way, we just going to the next week, and it's just like Coach said, all of us guys just prepared for the Sunday game. It just threw us off a little bit, but we had to come out and play, and we did what we can.
I agree with what Coach Lambert and Kalif said. I think as far as the monkey off her back, kinda. I mean, because like we already know, like our goals are way more than one football game. Like in order to reach our goals, like we had to get a conference win. So it was kind of like that's just a piece of the puzzle per se. So
Yeah.
I think it's just the stepping stone, really, just to take us to the next step and try to keep the ball rolling. I would say the biggest thing, just understanding that where we came from, as far as like we've known what it feels like to lose consecutively, but now we have an opportunity to win consecutively. And we went out, we stole one, like, and that's what you want, to be able to go to somebody else's house and do it. And now we're in our own house, and it just means that much more to do it here too, and just kind of continue to build that, that tradition. Like it has to start somewhere. You feel me? So I think that's where we are.
He played probably a little better than I thought he might. I think he was 14 out of 17. Thought he handled the game extremely well. Made some plays with his feet. Gave us some offense that way. But it doesn't surprise you as much if you know Hassan the way he's prepared. I mean, he's been really level the whole time. He hasn't been up or down, or he works extremely hard every day, and so that's why we had confidence in the change.
Um, they don't- I wouldn't say they looked a lot different from last year. Not getting on them about them being the same as last year because everyone changed each year and prepared differently. But I feel though coming into this, we should do the same thing. Probably put more points up on the board.
They got a good amount of guys coming back. I think they have this kind of dual quarterback thing. I've seen two guys in the backfield, and their running backs are pretty good. Offensive line is solid, so we really just gotta just do the same thing we did last week. Just continue to prepare. Work hard in the week. We got a short week, but it doesn't really matter. Like we have another task at hand, and we got to take care of business. So, biggest thing is just to really just grind it out and just play hard Saturday.
Yeah, it's a little, we didn't do as much yesterday as we would normally do on a Monday. So that was the day we kind of scaled back because one of the things with the change is we couldn't get back until Monday. just because of the hurricane, the airlines, and let me say, I should have said this at first, but Chris Thomason, their athletic department, Judy Rose, Trevor, our football ops guy, like you have, like until you go through something like you have no idea how much work those people had to do last week. I mean, it was, we just kind of put our head down in the football office and keep practicing while everybody else takes care of all those details. But they did a phenomenal job. FAU, I mean, the things that everybody had to do. So in that process, we couldn't get back until Monday, which was real different. And our kids handled Sunday night extremely well in Boca Raton. And that's a little bit different piece for us. We didn't do as much yesterday. Today we're just back on our normal schedule. It's not normal for the kids in that they don't have school today. They didn't have to go to college. So they're a little bit ahead from a film viewing standpoint, but we'll be back on practice schedule exactly like we would in a normal week. So Monday was a little bit less.
It was a relief for us, and getting that win it was just a lot of love. We just loved it a lot, and get back to the hotel, everybody got together, had a great time. It was just perfect.
It was just it's just one of those moments that like you'll never forget. Like just the duration of the game and how the game was going, and not knowing what was gonna happen. And then like I was looking at the video board and I was just like, oh man, like I just know that me and my boys we've played so hard, and we've worked so hard for this, and not to know. And then when they say that the room was overturned and that we won the game, it's just like almost brings you to tears almost, because you see all the work like going through all those losses, and then finally just to see it all come together finally. And that's like me and Kalif, we've been here since day one, and we've seen people come, we've seen people go, but to be able to be a part of a team right now that you actually see the fruits of your labor, man, it's a blessing.
Yeah, there's all that, like our message is the same every week. You turn the film on, and FIU's got as good a tight end as we'll play against. I mean, he's an NFL guy. Like, it doesn't take long when you start looking at this running back and watching him. They rush for over 200, I think, the last 2 weeks in a row. So, offensive line's playing well. Quarterback, we know what he can do. We played against him last year. And like I say, then defensively, they got two linebackers that can really play. One's leading their team in tackles. The other one's all league. So it doesn't take long to get your attention when you turn the film on as a player and understand that, I got to focus on the fundamentals of playing this game. And Saturday at 6, there's going to be a heavy battle out there, whether it's homecoming or not homecoming or whatever the case. So FIU commands your attention.